Okay. Good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader, or we're getting more and more traders. I don't think I'll be the head trader for long. I mean, I am the senior trader, if you will, but we're getting more and more guys in the room that are my peers and that I bounce off ideas with. So I don't want to a couple of one of my mentors, for that matter. So no disrespect to my peers. Okay, so it's March 7th. It's Monday morning. Like I said, Monday is the most important, if you will, because it's the most amount of data that I put out. As I say, all the data is, uh, it's, it's quality over quantity. All the data that I put out, I try to be consistent, even in the order at which I put it out, just because whatever you want to call it, muscle memory, or just getting through the process, or getting familiar, or whatever the psychosomatic thing might be. I apologize if that's the wrong word, but you get with the picture. You know what I mean? So let's start off with the routine. I want to tell you what I was thinking about throughout the morning, or thinking about how I approach. I do it all. I do it every webcast, but this was a little bit more qualitative. Yes, we have the 4265 on the futures were key. We're right here, that right now, 4265. I apologize. I was up early again. Not that I have to apologize for that. I'm trying not to look. Right now, we're at 4265 in the future. So that's the line in the sand. So without any further ado, here's TradeView Markets. As I said, it's March 7th, a little after 11:05 being Monday. So let's sign in the TradeGATEHub. I sign in just the same as everybody else. We try to make it that simple, just so we can get down to execution. Okay, good morning, guys. Okay, so let's start off with the Monday morning. All right, so I posted, this is the same data, like I say. You know what? I digress. I want to stop getting into the daily routine, at least articulating or going through the process, because that's why the team and I created the TradeGATEHub YouTube channel. Go back and look at all the videos. I mean, this is the same process. A couple of things. We want to build a faster and a better track record, because you can have us right here on tape. It's in chronological order. So, and believe me, we do two a day. Coach does one every day, 9:30 Eastern. I try to do one every day. I'm going to start doing more. I'm going to start doing one in the morning, because maybe 11 o'clock, the plan, although I do go over what my plan was, it might be somewhat antiquated, because there's a 4 o'clock, the proverbial line is I'm a dinosaur. So what I post Monday morning is the most important, as well as the fact that it's almost like the data is almost market sentiment. For example, let's go here. This is everyday rolling sentiment. So today we came in the green, meaning oversold. We right now down 56 handles. We're rallying. I think we're breaking the post AM high, which I don't want to look at because I owe you guys the full attention. So we came in deeply oversold. So now what's been holding up here in Lewis, I think you'll be happy. That's why Lewis seems to be killing it lately, is this. For the past week and a half, for the past 2 weeks, let me go to my, let me change the screen here and tell you what's going on with the ES. Let's go to a 2 week on the ES, 2 weeks. There's nothing crazy. 43.90, 42. Hold on. This is the line I've been drawing for 2 weeks at this 42.60 level. Hold on a second. Let me remove all trend lines. 42.60. Okay, listen, it's a fast market, so you would think that people took out the 42.60 stops and then it rallied off that. So right now we're at 42.72. So our big levels here, before I get into fundamentals, I apologize, but I owe the more advanced audience at least a little bit of, because the market's moving now. So 42.60 to 42.80 has been our breakdown low support levels, if you will. Obviously 44. So I post them. So let me go back to the TradeGATEHub, because I want to tell you how I articulated it in words, if you will. So what happened here? Let me go back to my main screen. Let me make sure I'm sharing, because sharing is caring. Bear with me. There was a lot of data. Okay, 3 days ago, I post this. This is still the line in the sand. The line, even Kathy says it, blow it up. This is 32.60 to 32.80. And that was even edified in my plan this morning. What was my plan? I posted my plan. I always post my plan. looking for, okay, 4260 won't hold if this bounce fails. So we've held 4260 for some time. So now I say to myself in the morning, and we really never broke 4260, which was down maybe 70 ES handles this morning. So I'm saying to myself this morning, okay, this is what I'm thinking. The news is out basically over the weekend. It didn't seem like the Ukraine war, and I'm not minimizing by any means, got progressively worse. It might be dire. I'm not saying it's not dire. It didn't seem that there wasn't a lot of news in terms of meetings. So I'm saying to myself, the futures really didn't change much this morning from 4260. They were bouncing around there. So I'm saying to myself, that might be the line in the sand because all the news is already out so far. Everybody knows what's going on. Oil's ripping, the commodities are going nuts, as edified by some charts I'm going to show on TradeGATEHub. So I said, that's it. That's the line in the sand, not to be redundant. So it held that. So the longer the morning went on without breaking that 4260, the more I thought that floor was more solid, for lack of a better term, or prevalent. And let me go back to, there's me, I have to watch. Let me go back to even today, 4267. They bounced to 4270. Of course. So let's go to chart parameters. Let's go to outside of regular hours. So this is this morning, even going back to 4:30, and everybody knows that's my time getting up. So the low on the futures this morning was 420, was 4240. Okay. Then that was the line in the sand as well. So there's the number. There's no denying that 4250 to 4260 is a number. They just came down, these bastards. So that's it. All right. So they held those overnight lows. So I'm saying to myself, all right, so the news is out. I'm not saying it's by the rule, sell the news rumor. But certainly, as I said, that was it. So I played upon that. Let me go back to the process, if you will. So that's always in the back of my head. That's the tactical sentiment. So if tactical sentiment, the futures 4260 is down 60, 70 handles, as you see. So we're right there. After margin calls got sold, maybe at about 10:15, 10:30, maybe around there, things settled a little bit. So here's fear and greed over time. We're pinned down to the low. Credit default swaps. I didn't listen to Coach's 9:30 a.m. I didn't know what he said, but maybe this has something to do with it. Selling climax. What are the climaxes here? That's the crash and that's the COVID. So those are two major situations. And by the way, it's yet to be determined if the Ukraine war, if this war will be one of those major situations. So it's either right here. Either this is by the way, this is a selling climax, keep in mind. So either outside of these major events within the past 7 years, it looks like the selling climax could abate right here. If not, we go here. So it's, there's risk. It's either here or here, it seems like, at least in terms of selling climax. We bounce back again on futures. All right. So VIX futures. Okay. So this morning we opened up whatever percent it is. We'll look at the charts in a second. So we were up here. So I'm not saying that it was the dip to buy. It might have been, they rally a little bit and short some stocks in a rally. And by the way, the rotations is beautiful. So it's not like you have to say, I'm going to pick the bottom on this. Just play upon the rotation. This is a very cerebral market at the moment. Outside of picking your futures, your qualitative future moves, if you will. All right, S&P future. This is future sentiment today. This is the NASDAQ. We were pinned. The Goldman position indicator still bullish, but they'd held off. They've been holding. Listen, the Goldman guys have been holding off since the beginning of November. They've been right. Now they're really getting stretched. We'll see what happens now. Equity put call, nothing crazy. Weekly advisor sentiment, like I said, there is a lot of pent-up energy, no pun included. This is going back to 2004. So weekly advisor sentiment, myself, well, I'm a little bit more active, so I don't say I'm a fun, but this is historically in the pin, low. Maybe they get stretched out a little bit, but you get the picture. Hedge fund equities, everybody's in cash. Maybe they dipped their toe in, but they could have dipped their toe in commodities or gold. They could have went into that. You don't know yet. World markets, there it is. There's a look at the DAX. I mean, the DAX has gone from 16.3 to 12 to 13. It's a big move in the DAX. We'll blow up a larger chart later. Sector sentiment, Bank of America bull and bear selling climax. I even pointed it out again. Compare all the charts to the climax. Copper hit a 5-year copper all-time high. European natural gas 17%. Bed Bath & Beyond was a squeeze. The Hang Seng's at 2017 levels. What's this? 22? That's freaking 15 years. It's almost a generation. weekly economic calendar, most important. You notice I'm not pulling any gamma things anymore. It's the economic calendar that's most important these days, because that's what's, economic numbers are more important than any type of option squeeze. All the little guy option players are out. You know what I mean? There's no, the put calls have died down. Biggest 1 week increase in commodity prices on record. That's record. And we've been through a lot of geopolitical things. We've been through a couple of the health scares, presidents, major presidents. Oh, it's really amazing. Goldman. This is what I do like. Some hedge funds are capitulating, started to merge as their. Some people are just saying, let me just start over. And when they say start over, usually the stocks that they sold are the ones that go up. By the way, just let me say this. This was before the Bed Bath & Beyond news came out. I didn't just compile this and say this happens to be there. This is insider purchases. This is Bed Bath & Beyond right here. So they knew something. Let's keep going. Kathy Wood, whatever. 36, 24, 34, 3260 was the number. Power Scans. Go with them. Great trade coach. Nice trade economic calendar for today. Read the Bed Bath & Beyond story. Oxy. All right. What's Oxy doing? By me looking at the futures, I can see that Oxy's probably going negative. And by the way, this is what I'm looking at when you see my other screen. So I'm not, I tried not to look at all my quotes. So what's Oxy doing? It should be going down. Why? Okay, Oxy's negative. So if you woke up this morning, you saw crude up and Oxy was going parabolic, you'd take Oxy down 35 cents on the day. What's Moss doing? All right, there's my trade in Moss. Here's all. Let's go to Moss. Where's my trade? By the way, now I like it. If it breaks this open, Moss at 62.20. Now it's a trade for a short. It's a trade. I'm not saying it's going, it's the all-time high. My trades in Moss today are what? Shorting Moss today. There are my trades. It's right there. 64.03, 64.50. So my average is like 64.20. And I covered it, what? 63. So I made $1.20. Probably not worth the risk in Moss, but I did it. You know what I mean? It's an active trade. I took a couple of thousands. I did the same with Kroger. Starting shorting Kroger. A lot of it too. I mean, actually, bulletin. That's good news, by the way, a bulletin. 62.50, 62.40. We're shorting Kroger. Look at Kroger. Everybody's running the grocery stores for inflation. Took it off too soon. I should have just let that go. I took it off at what? 61.50. Now it's 60.15 at the strike price. This tells me if the market's going up, though, or at least they're rotating properly. I shorted NTR before it came on the air. 150. Nothing. I'm down in it. So NTR, it also goes with Moss and CF. CF came in nicely. It's $103 off the high. But NTR, for some reason, same chart as Moss and CF. But NTR is not coming off the high. But you know what? A smart trader covers it. And I'm actually down on the trade now. I'm down $400. So what will I do? You know what? I have a stop in. I do have a stop, fact. Or I wouldn't turn my back on $100 stock. I wouldn't turn my back on any other stock if it didn't have a stop. Let's keep going. Bed Bath & Beyond, do the numbers. Upgrades and downgrades by Wally, Bloomberg. Okay, 10-year treasury. Important. If it's not, by the way, if it's not your trading style at the moment, it's probably more than anything. Best time to learn and mold your style. You know what I mean? Get beat up a little bit. You know what I mean? Go to switch to it, download it. If the Trade View Markets demo, if you don't have it, just trade the demo. Get destroyed. Learn by your losses. Really. You have to be involved in some way, and that's the truth. You got to be in. GLD to red and USC closed back. That was hours ago. That tipped the hand off that went red early on. NTR. Okay, back at 11. What are we doing here? Plan today, 43.40. This is our plan. So it held 42.60. For right now, I'm looking for 43.40. I would love 43.40. Okay. Copper doesn't bode well for stocks. Yeah, I know. All right, let's go to the videotape. Any questions? Let's go to the screen. We might do some live trading here. Oh, you know what? Let's look at some wise guy things. What are they doing now? HP, they're buying RTX, SFM bearish, HP bullish laser, SPY bullish, Slob bullish, GM, they're buying GM off the bottom. Well, they started to buy GM. See, by the way, that's capitulation. Hi, Mike. The copper market got hammered. Yeah, I believe it got hammered today. I don't think one day is going to be a reversal, coach, but certainly I wouldn't be dipping my toe in here. Listen, the smart one, the moves have been made, right? So here's General Motors, long-term chart. They dipped their toe in. Short FCX. Let's look. Why don't we short FCX? Let's look, coach. We'll do some, oh, look at FCX. You know what? XCX broke the, am I going on, am I on my charts? So I don't, FCX, it broke the open right here, the double top open. 49.70 to 40. You know what also tipped my hand? BTU. That was down $3 right on the open. Right away, they took profits in BTU. Like the first 5 minutes. BTU went from 26 to 22. So that led me to know why the cat might be out of the bag. And by the way, Oxy went negative. I don't know what to do here. Cop's still hanging in there. Where's my NTR? It was CF. You got to watch these things. FCX at the chart, coach. I don't know. That never, like you said, that never made the new high. But I don't know if I like FCX. Let's look at some of the miners. If you went over them at 9:30, I don't mean to be redundant, but here's the miners. Certainly, that's it. Let's look at the Nougat. I sold that poorly. Nougat. That's the reverse triple ETF. Let's see. That's where I'm trying to pick see where it's going. There's the weekly on NUGT. I don't like NUGT short. Let's look at Newmont, coach. Look at Newmont. You know what? We liked it in the flag, didn't we? I was the guy shorting at the 50 to 60, but I didn't get stubborn. We covered it right away. Actually made money in the short. I don't know, coach. Maybe a short AU. Try to get sexy, but that already reversed. I didn't know what that did. Wiz KL. Kendrick. Don't worry about KL. Specifically copper. All right. We'll look at copper. I think I said that was the first to go negative this morning. Let me go back to TGH. What did I say? RTY goes green. Yeah. I'll look at, you know what, coach? I'm going to tell you with the copper trade, now it's 11:20 a.m. And then there's going to be movement, but that's all about the close in that thing. You could probably see if copper, I'd probably say that if copper, you're probably going to want to short tomorrow's up open, because I don't just think it's ever that easy where they close on. We'll see. You know what? You have to go to TGH and see. I don't know. I'm going to have to ask a couple of my mentors. I have a couple of guys who were very, very good at those type of heavy volume, reversals if they're going to continue on the downside, or maybe give that pop on the open, do that dip and rip and get everybody out. But we'll see. As I said, let's look at what the more wise guys are doing. XBI green. I just fainted. Slob. What's going on here? 60. Moss. NTR. Coles. TTD. Path. I think we're making some money here. No, it's good, coach. It's all good. All right, we're back positive. All right. Let's look at a couple of trades now. This is my screen. This is the universe. Tesla was positive. Hold on. I don't mean for that to go up. Where's the chart? Oh, there it is at the pin. All right. Hold on. Okay, good. Kroger. All right. So these are my moves. Tesla was positive. Lucid, XPEV. Okay. IND? You want to really gauge what the crude is doing? This is the stock you have to watch. INDO. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit older to be trading this thing, but this is what INDO is the gas stock. That's the parabolic one, the low floater, if you will. And I believe even more so the ConocoPhillips, because it's still near the high. Well, actually now it looks like it's rolling over. How's Devin? Do you want to look what oil is doing? And I don't think I'm alone here with the wise guys. INDO is the stock that'll tell you when this starts to roll over the low floater that went from 25 to 75. That'll tell you. How's crude is doing? Chevron, look at Chevron's unchanged. I don't get it. Chevron's unchanged, but Exxon's up $1.80. Futures, Coles, TTD was hurting us. BLI, Overstock, Cliff, SFM. Yeah, INDU right here. See that one? That's the stock to see what's going on in crude. Matter of fact, we got to move in the crude sector. General Motors, that had some sweepers. Let's finish. Look at the General Motors chart. Certainly wouldn't be going in yet, but that's General Motors. You know what I mean? I liked it for the fund, and I was buying it for the fund. I thought it was a good buy. You know, that's a 67, that's a 20% dip, 55. But if I held it, I'd be down $15 on General Motors. 15. But this is maybe the spot for General Motors for anybody who wants to put some long-term money. 40 is a safe strike price. This is the weekly at the 200-day. You know what I mean? I don't know how long the cycle is going to take. Let's go to 5-year chart at General Motors. It's not, that's even the 5-year chart. So listen, that might be the line on the sand at GM at a 5-year at the 200-day. You go even to a weekly. Same thing. You go to the daily. Okay. And as I said before, the sweepers had some coming in. There was some option plays on General Motors today. So we'll see how that does. Tesla and Q, Apple unchanged, Intel hanging in there. SQQ, I don't know yet. Twitter, CFLT, Path. Okay, I had Path overnight. I still have some Path. This is Path. I sold all my Path this morning. I had a lot of it, 8,000 shares. 29.28. Path this morning was 27.24. I saved myself $2 on 8,000 shares. Now I'm in it okay again. What's my price in Path? Now I'm only something got hit. Ugh, what happened? Got hit. MTR, Moss, Ford, Myrna, Lebu went positive. Whatever. What else? Oh, Fitch. Couldn't wait to sell Fitch this morning. I had a lot of it. 8,000 shares of Fitch. Sold all my Fitch at 15.20 on the pop. Right now it's at 13.20. $2. Almost went down 20% from the open. I trade. You know what I mean? It was a loser, but how much did I lose on Fitch? Fitch. Where's my thing on Fitch? Summary. Fitch. I made $3,000 and I had 7,000 shares. But if I held Fitch, where is it? I'd be down $8,000 instead of making it. So that's why we trade. You know what I mean? Some of these stocks I like actually as a trade for the long-term hold, but in this type of market, you're going to be wrong before you're right. And I made a rookie move. I had to take some profits on Kroger, which I did like going to 60 because I needed to take some profits on something. So I let my P&L dictate what was going on in the market. And sometimes you really shouldn't do that, but I did. I mean, I got to take some money off the table as well as take some buying power off. So I have any questions? What's going on now? Thank you, Mike. Looking forward to our banter Tuesdays. No, it's all good, Coach. For me, that copper trade is going to be about the close. I mean, if these others, especially with volume, if they start turning, this could be, it may be a 2-day hold or a 3-day hold. As we said, I don't think you and I are trying to pick the bottom on or the top on copper completely. The fact is, you and I have something that's moving and making big moves, and that's what we do. Twitter. Let's go to my Twitter feed. Okay, CEI bullish. Oh, by the way, here's our earnings tonight. I didn't post earnings. I apologize. Dick's Sporting Goods stores. Nothing that sexy. Dick's Sporting Goods stores. There's Helene. She's chirping. What chart would that be? Could I guess? What chart is that? I don't know. She's asking what chart would that be. I got to know what chart that is now. Sell. She'll tell what it is later. Huh? What chart is this, Coach? I don't want to waste everybody's time. Slob showing the 52-week high list. That's good for oil. Hold on. SLB. Slob for those. Oh, it's up $4. Wow. Slob, what a move. Near the high, too. Wow, what a move. Slob. He's the only one in America to buy it at 20. Rich, you might remember. Look at that. It's the weekly on SLB, which used to be the best of breed. There's the daily on SLB. The crude's too strong for me. It's oil services. I did see HP go by with some sweepers. That's the dog, but that's the thin one, the sweeper. HP. Oh my God, look at HP. My God, that's not Hewlett Packard. Was I showing HP? All right, let me get back into it. This is 11:30. So the bottom line is, I'll leave it at this. Let's go to this important page. I don't want to call it the sexy page because it's kind of effeminate calling it the sexy page. But you know what? If you trade and you don't care, these are stocks that are moving. So let's go to my main page here. My wife says I have bad posture lately. I apologize. I got to get one of these things for my back. I'm getting old. I got to squint. Hold on. Let's go to share. Let's see what's moving. Okay, our top list. Bottom line at 11:35 Eastern Monday. This is what you want. This is all really that matters besides my hyperbole. Husa. That's a small. Let me make sure you can. That's a small oil plate. It's a thin floater. As you can see, volume today is 83 million. It has 4,000%. So you can see it's a CI just went by on our board. MARPS. So everyone here is still an oil, a thin low float oil. Husa, IMPP, CEI, 9, IO, and MARPS. Fact, all thin float oils. I don't like it. What's at the low though? And the selling retailer, CPRI. That's Capri. PVH, Philip Van Heusen. That's Tommy Hilfiger. Ralph, the hidden Ralph. Sorry, Ralph. What's Ralph doing? That might go in the long-term fund. Look at Ralph. Ralph Lauren. The Ralph Lauren chart when I see that right there. What a shame. Ralph's threatening a triple bottom too. The good thing is I'm going to get more. This freaking stuff is so expensive now. I might get some Ralph on sale. There's a triple bottom too on Ralph. I'm not going to step in. I don't want to root to get with. That shows me a lot. I'm not going to lie. On Ralph. Ralph Lauren, that is. GME, Caesars, TTD. I just bought that TTD. We're long it. And it was like 71 when I came on the air. So I'm long a couple of TTD. And it's just getting, where the fuck is TTD? I could have sold this thing at 71.30. Now I'm down in it. But I did buy it at the low. But that says the market's coming in. I got too many things open here. Yeah, they are coming in. Hold on a second. Now I'm down money. Ooh, that was expensive. Okay, back to TGH. Okay, retailers are on the low. TTT, Darden Restaurant, Etsy, Square. Look at Square back under the figure 99. Net dog. Ugh. All right, so what has range near the high? That's really what matters. Not it also, yeah, Lockheed Martin, HP. I mentioned it before. BKR is the old Baker Hughes, AEM, and Schlumberger, Caterpillar. Self-explanatory. What's on the lows? Capri, DuPont, GameStop, ALK, Alaska Airlines still going lower. The airlines, Lewis. Oh, TTD cost us a ton. Bitch. TTD. Always at 11 freaking 15. ALK. Breaking low ALK. Nobody wanted it. Still going low ALK. Alaska Airlines. Who wants to go to Alaska? Probably safe right now, Alaska. It might be because of crude and oil in Russia. Alaska Airlines. Alaska Airlines going to the 40s. 40. All right, I'll leave it there. Any questions? Because there's a lot going on, man. Got a lot doing. Hold on. Go back to TradeGATEHub. Lewis, where are you, Lewis? Oil. Capiche. Lewis, where are you? Nothing. All right. By the way, you could. This is the sexy page too. Go to the stock page. This is all you need in TradeGATEHub. I'm just going to prove a point that my page is actually this page. New York Stock, top U.S. gainers. There they are. Top percentage gainers. So let me go back to one thing on ES. ES, hopefully it's not below 42.60. Come on, ES now. ES. Futures. Today. ES. Futures. Today. That's what I'm looking at right here. Yeah, the test. Oh, okay. This is it right here. Live trading. This was they just tested the double bottom here in the futures at 42.55. Right here. And when I came on there, 42.76. All right. So this is it. Again, 42.55, everybody. All right. Futures down 73. Those, see, oils, Chevron was just unchanged when I pointed it out last. Now it's now $1.80. NTR, typical. Coles, back down, you bastard. Path. It's hanging in there. Okay, Path. BLI not hanging in there. STGR. Oxy. COP. Where's the IN? What's that one I said? INDU. This is it. INDU. Oh, INDI. What am I talking about? INDO. INDO. If that's when that comes in, then oil comes in. INDO starting to come in a little bit. 82 down tick. INDO breaks 80. You can't get any stock on this thing though. You can't short it. It doesn't even have options. So we'll leave it there. INDOs are very important. So, okay, everyone, cheers. You have a plan? Any other questions that we want to take? If not, got to go back to trading at 1140. Stay tactical, have a plan. And don't listen. One day doesn't make a reversal. A lot of people are trying to be Weisenheimers and short Moss and COF and BTU and Cliff and X. So you have to think that people are short this stock from lower. You know, if they drop $2, people can be like, "Oh, thank God I'm out of this stock." So there still is some support at these stocks that are getting shorted down right here. So Coles, also, I'll leave it at that. Everybody, good, trade well, have a plan, and we'll see you after lunch. Cheers.